Welcome back to the channel, my fellow Days of Our Lives addicts. Today is an absolutely gorgeous day to dive into some of the most jaw-dropping, heart-wrenching drama Salem has seen in years. We have got a massive breakdown for the week of June 15, and let me tell you, the upcoming Juneteenth festival is going to change everything. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. I cannot believe what the writers are doing to Abe Carver right now. I mean, I am sitting here staring at the latest summer preview, and my jaw is completely on the floor. We are heading straight into the Juneteenth celebrations in Salem, and what should be a joyous community event is about to turn into the most awkward, emotionally devastating public spectacle imaginable. Abe is officially caught in the most impossible love triangle in soap opera history, and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Abe and his miraculously resurrected wife, Lexie Carver, are attending the festival together. But guess who else is there? Paulina Price. Yes, Abe's current wife is standing right there, and the emotional fallout is going to be spectacular. Let's be real for a second. How is a man supposed to choose between his past and his present, when both are literally standing in front of him breathing? Abe Carver has been the moral pillar of Salem for decades. His love story with Lexie was nothing short of epic. We all cried our absolute eyes out when she supposedly died from that brain tumor years ago. Abe grieved her so deeply. He truly thought that chapter of his life was permanently closed. And then, Paulina storms into his life like a hurricane of love and heals his shattered heart. They built a beautiful, stable life together. But now Lexie is back, and Abe is completely paralyzed by guilt and confusion. But here's the kicker, and it is a massive one. At this festival, Lexie finds out a devastating piece of information that she had no idea about. The preview promo shows Lexie turning to Abe with this look of absolute horror, betrayal, and confusion, asking him, "Is this your anniversary?" Oh my God. You guys, I literally gasped out loud. Can you imagine the absolute gut punch Lexie is feeling in that exact moment? She was brought back from the dead by Dr. Rolf's insane Versavix serum. She thinks she is just stepping seamlessly back into her old life, reclaiming her husband and her family. But discovering that Abe and Paulina are actively celebrating their wedding anniversary right in front of her, that is a massive, brutal reality check. It proves that life didn't just pause for her. Abe moved on. A lot of fans are taking Lexie's side here, saying Abe belongs with his original epic love. But I actually think Paulina is getting the short end of the stick, and it is making me furious. Paulina did the most selfless thing imaginable. When Lexie miraculously returned, Paulina voluntarily packed her bags and moved out of her own home. She stepped aside so Abe could process this impossible situation. That takes so much grace. And what does she get in return? She gets to stand at a public festival and watch the love of her life look utterly torn between her and his resurrected ex-wife. I am fiercely defending Paulina on this one. She does not deserve to be pushed into the shadows like some inconvenient secret. Let's pause and think about Theo Carver for a second, because his psychological state is completely fascinating to me right now. How is Theo handling this? He has always been so fiercely protective of his dad. When Lexie died, Theo was completely shattered. Paulina eventually became this wonderful, grounding maternal figure for him, but now his actual biological mother is standing right in front of him. The psychological toll this must be taking on Theo is immense. Abe is desperately trying to balance the fragile emotions of his resurrected wife, his displaced current wife, and his deeply confused son. It is a logistical and emotional nightmare. No wonder Abe looks like he is about to have a total panic attack right there in the town square. And you won't believe what else Paulina is dealing with. It's not just her marriage that is falling apart. Paulina is carrying the weight of the entire world on her shoulders right now because her daughter, Chanel, is battling aggressive breast cancer while pregnant. Paulina's guilt and desperation are reaching a dangerous boiling point. She feels totally helpless. So, what does she do? She goes to absolute extremes. She is relentlessly pressuring E.J. DiMera to hand over Dr. Rolf's miracle serum. She thinks if it brought Lexie back from the dead, it can cure Chanel's cancer. She is even pushing Johnny to go beg his father for it. But the tragic irony of this entire situation is almost too much to bear. We know the truth. That Versivic serum is highly unstable. It is a total failure. We already saw one of the lab rats die from sudden organ failure. And now Lexie is starting to stumble and experience terrifying neurological symptoms. The very drug Paulina is begging for to save her daughter is actually the drug that is slowly killing Lexie all over again. It is so dark and twisted, and it is classic Days of Our Lives tragedy. I am absolutely terrified that Paulina is going to get her hands on this drug and accidentally make Chanel's situation 1,000,000 times worse. Now, speaking of the DiMeras, we absolutely have to pivot and talk about the explosive war that is brewing between Johnny, Kristen, and EJ. If you thought the Juneteenth drama was intense, buckle up, because the DiMera mansion is about to become a literal war zone. The spoilers for the week of June 15 reveal that the truth is finally coming out, and Kristen DiMera is about to face the wrath of God. Or rather, the wrath of E.J. DiMera, which might actually be worse. My heart just bleeds for Johnny DiMera right now. Can we talk about the immense amount of stress this poor guy is under? His beautiful wife is refusing traditional cancer treatments because she is terrified for their unborn baby. Johnny is watching the woman he loves face a terrifying mortality crisis. He is trying to be strong for her, trying to hold her hand through hospital visits and biopsies. And right in the middle of this profound personal tragedy, he finds out his own aunt put a hit out on him. Are you kidding me? Johnny finally pieces together that Kristen tried to have him eliminated using Xander and Sophia Choi. The sheer audacity of Kristen to attack Johnny when he is at his lowest, most vulnerable point is sickening. It really highlights how completely devoid of empathy Kristen truly is. Johnny goes straight to his father and drops this massive truth bomb. And you guys, EJ's reaction is going to go down in soap opera history. The preview shows EJ approaching Kristen with his eyes practically bulging out of his head with pure, unadulterated rage. He is not just mad. He is channeling the dark, ruthless spirit of his late father, Stefano DiMera. We haven't seen EJ this lethal in years, and I am so here for it. Let's look back at Kristen's track record, because we really need to contextualize why EJ is reacting with such apocalyptic fury. Kristen has always been the psychotic wildcard of the DiMera family. She has worn Sarah Horton's face to manipulate Brady. She locked people up on that deserted island. She has pushed people downstairs, drugged them, and lied about babies. But targeting family blood, targeting Stefano's grandson, that is the ultimate betrayal of the DiMera code. Stefano always preached family above all else. Kristen broke the golden rule. So when EJ decides to take action, he isn't just acting as an angry brother. He is acting as the head of the family, delivering a mafia-style punishment. The spoilers explicitly state that EJ is going to orchestrate a ruthless kidnapping plot to make Kristen's life an absolute living hell in the coming weeks. I think this move is brilliant television. For years, Kristen has been the one kidnapping people, holding them hostage, and using Dr. Rolf's masks to ruin lives. She has terrorized Marlena, John, Brady, and half of Salem. And now, the tables are finally turning. Karma is coming for Kristen DiMera, and its name is EJ. A lot of fans think Kristen will just slither her way out of this like she always does. But I actually think EJ is going to successfully lock her away somewhere dark and terrifying. So, we have Abe caught in an impossible love triangle. Paulina desperately fighting for her dying daughter. Lexie slowly deteriorating from a failed miracle drug, and EJ plotting a brutal kidnapping against his own sister. Salem is officially off the rails this summer, and I am strapping in for the ride. Let me know down in the comments whose side you are on, Paulina or Lexie. And do you think EJ will actually succeed in kidnapping Kristen? I can't wait to read your theories.